Hey guys, so I just wanted to share my frustrations because I am very frustrated right now. So in November, it is January as I'm filming this video, but in November, I actually was supposed to have a follow-up with the rehab doctor who was in charge of my care while I was in inpatient rehab, and they didn't send me any reminders or anything. Now, mind you, where the rehab center was at that I was inpatient at was like hours away from where I'm currently living. And so, obviously, I needed to know these things beforehand, and I didn't get any reminders or anything like that. So I had no idea, and I missed that appointment. Well, I had called to reschedule because you're supposed to have follow up appointments with the rehab doctor, who was in charge of your care while you were there, so that they can check in with you and see how things are going, see if you need any referrals to other places. So I had called last week or the week before actually, and had rescheduled that appointment. And so I had told them, I live in an area that is hours away from the hospital where this rehab doctor um, sees patients. So, because it's a larger health system, it is in the lower peninsula of Michigan, and I live in the upper peninsula. I live like minutes away from Canada. So, it's very far away. And so I wanted to make sure that I was able to do a virtual appointment because I'm like, it either needs to be a virtual appointment, like telehealth, or over the phone, something, because I don't have the availability. Nobody is able to bring me down there for this appointment. And so they confirmed with me that yes, it was totally fine to do a telehealth or a phone appointment, which would have been great. Um, I did the e-check-in, I was waiting online, everything. Like, I had confirmed all of my insurance information, updated my medication list because a few of my medications have changed since I was in the rehab unit. And I was supposed to have an appointment with this rehab doctor this morning at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. And I was sitting on the appointment, the virtual appointment, since 7:30, which is when they wanted you to have all of the check-in stuff situated and all of that. And so I was sitting there waiting for him. He never got online. So again, it looks like I just skipped out on the appointment. And at this point, I'm just very frustrated and I'm ready to just be done with everything regarding that physician group, everything, because like I said, I'm extremely frustrated, and this whole health problem that I have going on has been a very frustrating situation for me. And, at this point, I'm ready to just be done with them. Um, because there's just so much going on, and not being able to deal with their stuff is very frustrating to me. So I just, like I said, I'm ready to be done with it. And I know that I need to follow up with doctors, but at this point, like, my primary care doctor has been doing so much more for me than this rehab doctor has. Um, they were also supposed to do a phone call to me to check in with me within like the next week after I got out or discharged from the rehab unit. Never called me, never checked in with me, like, has not even bothered to call and check in with me since I've been discharged from rehab. Um, even physical and occupational therapy, like, they are supposed to be sending the referrals or, like, certifications that it's okay for me to continue doing physical therapy and occupational therapy if the therapists feel that it is still needed. And I have not yet started physical therapy, but it'd be nice if the rehab doctor, who is like the one who said I still needed these things in the first place, was the one who was actually sending in the information. But my primary care doctor has actually been on top of all of it. He has sent in recertifications for me at least twice now for both physical and occupational therapy, even though, like I said, I haven't even started physical therapy yet. I've been doing occupational therapy for like 2 months at this point. I have a reassessment for occupational therapy tomorrow afternoon to see if I'm still needing to continue, which honestly, I feel like if they do feel like I need to continue, I might ask if I can drop down to 1 day a week since I am supposed to be starting physical therapy soon. Well, at least I have my initial evaluation for physical therapy next week. So I don't think I had made a video updating you guys. I honestly haven't filmed for a couple of weeks. I haven't filmed since before Christmas just because I've been so stressed out with everything going on. I've been very confused lately. There's been just a lot of stuff going on. And my primary care doctor I saw him yesterday and he recommended like going to Mayo Clinic or going to the University of Michigan to do some further testing or possibly, even get some specialty care if it's needed because something is obviously wrong here and he's concerned because I'm not really making a whole lot of progress that something else might be going on along with what the rehab doctor said or instead of what the rehab doctor said because of everything that's going on. So I don't know. There's also issues with my seizure medication and like Medicaid trying to say that I have other insurance coverage, which I don't. So I wasn't able to pick up the new medication. It's just a whole lot of stuff going on. And so it's like everything is just spiraling out of control at this point, and I just need to get my shit together, honestly, because I'm not okay with my health continuing to decline. I'm not okay with everything going on. And so I just really need somebody to do something correctly. Um, so, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm very frustrated at this point. I think this is just part of life for anybody who has chronic illnesses, but there's just a lot going on. And so, like I said, this is the reason why I film so many videos ahead of time. And this is the reason why I have such a backlog because I have still been able to continue posting even though I haven't been filming for a couple of weeks. So, anyways, that is it for today's video. I just wanted to give you guys that little update and kind of vent a little because I'm very frustrated. Because if you are somebody who relies on these healthcare providers to help you and to make these decisions for what is best for you, and they can't even get on a telehealth or virtual call, how are you supposed to get anything done? So, anyways, just very frustrated today. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video.